my people, how are you doing today? I was sharing right now with all my fellow Latin American Spanish speakers about planning. Yes, today's Monday and it's a very good day to talk about planning a little bit. Why? Because as you know, I usually mention about the importance of having an agenda, programming your stuff and stuff like that. And it's not because I just want to say, oh yeah, because Daniel's amazing at planning. No, especially because that's one of the main reasons why I was not advancing on anything in my life. So I just want to prevent you from doing that. I want to prevent you from not having those, that aspect. Sometimes we don't see it as important. Why? Because we just get immersed into doing everything that we have to do. I mean, we get a job and everything or stuff like that, or we work in whatever we gotta work, and we forget about the importance of planning. And why is it so important? And one of the main reasons is because seeing your life, for example, like seeing your life like a building, for example. If you see your life like a building, then you cannot start just building just like whatever. You know, you can say, okay, I have like 2 or 3 blocks over here. You know, let's just put your cement as whatever it is. There's no problem. You know, even if you have the best materials, even if you have the best engineers, the best workers, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even if you have tons of money, you know, to do whatever you're gonna do. I mean, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to be doing to build anything if you don't have any floor plans, any blueprints, right? So your agenda, your regular planning is what's going to dictate what kind of building you're going to have. And consider your life as if it were that building, right? Consider your life as if it were that, because then in the end, that's what's going to become your biggest vision, right? Okay, yes. Hey, Jose Antonio, how you doing? You know, good. Now you're practicing your English, huh? Okay. Hi, Elena. Hello. How you doing? And thank you very much for the ones that are connecting, especially to everyone that connects from Latin America, Peru, for example. We have people from Spain connecting, also from United States, Mexico, from different places. Thank you very much, especially for all the comments that you send, all the messages that you're sending also, and different topics that you're sending also. Of course, we're going to tackle all of them. Just give me some time, okay? You know, it's just one per day. So one of the things here is that once we focus on planning well, then everything starts going better. But some people, and it happened to me, I don't know if it happened to you. If it happened to you, also share it there in the comments. You know, what happened to me is that I started when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna get an agenda, and I'm gonna start working like that, because I saw it in many different places and different conferences and books that I've read that I need to start planning. So you get an agenda, and then you see it, it's so cute, so beautiful, you smell it, smells like new, and then, but everything's blank, you know? So it can get overwhelming, because you're like, okay, so what do I start with? You know, and this is what I'm going to share with you right now. This is something that actually helped me do that, you know, like start little by little, you know, step by step, and, you know, maybe it can help you too, you know. So the first thing that you got to do is know how the building is going to look in the end. First, before you start a project, I'm going to be still talking a little bit about the building, because that's the main idea. You know, it's like you have an idea. The big building is your big life, how you want to end it up, how you want your life to be, your projects, everything, your career, whatever. That's how you want to see it. So you have to really visualize it, yeah? And it's, when they tell you to visualize your life, you say like, oh yeah, whatever, you know, a lot of attraction, stuff like that. But no, I mean, every little thing that has been done, created, or anything here in life, first started like that. First you had to see it. You have to, you know, you gotta have that perception, you know, like how's your life gonna be in the end? How do you wanna be? You know, for example, in my case, I want to have a better body. You know, I haven't been treating my body the way that I'm supposed to. So that's one of my first visions. It's like, okay, physically, I want to be like this, you know, okay, but I gotta have a very specific idea, because then I can start doing some steps, and maybe it's in the wrong direction if I don't have the exact idea that I need to have, you know. So what is the first thing that I need to do? First of all, visualize. Have a very specific vision of how it's gonna be in the end, you know. And I don't know, make a poster, write it down, anything that keeps you in that mind all the time, you know. It's important to at least visualize once a day. At least once a day at the beginning. Maybe when you start meditating or saying your prayers or anything, the way that you begin your day, Begin your day always feeling gratitude, but also visualizing how you want your life to be in the end, right? And that really helps a lot, you know. And then what else can you do? Sorry. Party. Okay. So what else are you gonna do after that? It's like start thinking about monthly activities. First of all, start with monthly activities, you know. What are the monthly activities that you can add first? I really suggest starting with things that are never going to change, like it's birthdays, I don't know, if you have to make some payments or stuff like that, due dates for anything like that. I mean, start with those things that are not going to change. And it's very good to actually start with things that are never going to change, because it's like choosing your garments in advance. If you remember, it's very known that Einstein had the same kind of clothing all the time. They say that his closet looked the same. Why? Because he didn't want to use any time of thoughts into whatever he was going to wear. So he wanted to maximize everything that he was thinking. He was trying to maximize his neurons, right? All his energy. So that was amazing, right? So that's what you're doing here also as well. You know, I mean, you're also as well. You're doing that too. You're putting there in the agenda activities that are never going to change, so you don't have to think about it anymore. You know, so that's good. They are there. That's it. And something I didn't tell the guys in Spanish is that I, for example, use an electronic agenda. I'm not using a physical agenda anymore, you know? Why? Because I can easily plan activities just telling Google how to do things. You know, it's like, okay, Google, I'm gonna do this, plan an event, or I actually shouldn't say it because then it's gonna start right now saying stuff. But, I mean, that's a very simple way to do it, you know? It's a very, 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 very good to do it. So, thank you very much for your comments. Yes, yeah, that's the initiative, goes Antonio. That's the main idea. Yes, and thank you very much, Berta, also for your comments. And let's continue. So you can do it electronically, you can do it physically, as you wish, right? I love electronics. I love because I can have not only events, but I can have also reminders of different things. So it's very good. Yeah, but go for the one that suits you better. Yeah, for the one that actually helps you better. And after you tackle all those activities that are done by month, that are very repetitive, go to the activities by week, you know? And during the week, you also maybe have some activities that are very repetitive, you know, maybe some conferences that you need to attend with different business people, or you have to go and visit someone, maybe a relative or stuff like that. I mean, something that is actually continuously happening. And that is gonna feed also the activities, because you're gonna have to catch up with some things like that, right? Then you can go day by day, and here's where things come very practical, because the daily activities have to be like mini steps that are going to take you to build that super humongous building. It's like putting those blocks one after the other, one on top of the other. Yes, at the beginning it doesn't look like a big building, but in the end, those little tiny steps are the ones that are going to make that huge building, right? And that's what's going to happen with your life as well. Try to make those little steps something continuous, something that lets you get into a routine. Remember that if you get to do things in 21 days, then it gets to be a habit. And once it's a habit, then that's it. You got it done, you know? Because you already have habits right now. Maybe if you wake up late, you have a habit of waking up late. You know, if you don't have breakfast in the morning, you have a habit of not waking up on time to make some breakfast, right? So, I mean, just make the correct habit, you know? And your agenda is going to help you with that, you know? Set up reminders. Your phones are amazing for reminders, yeah? And make them work for you. Make that phone work for you right now, right? And then the other thing that I want to tell you is, don't try to fill all your agenda. Don't try to put it like, okay, all the agenda has to have all colors and everything. Is like, no, it's not really necessary, you know? Especially not at the beginning. Get used to planning your agenda, yes. Have a routine of the time in which you're going to be checking that your agenda is on key. And adjust it. Adjust it, because adjusting your agenda means that you are being reliable with yourself. I mean, you're being able to evaluate if you're finishing activities or you need maybe some extra time. Maybe you planned an activity that was gonna be half an hour, but it's gonna take you 2 hours, you know? And that way it helps you assess. Maybe not that, oh, I'm planning incorrectly. No, it's just really giving you more information so that you can be more effective and have fun with it. You know, just have fun planning your because let's remember, it's your life. It's how you're gonna end up. That's how you're gonna become who you really want to become in the end. Yes. And I really suggest you to pay attention to that. This is actually all the information. I get excited about my agendas because I get like, oh yes, then I'm doing it, I'm crushing it, yes. Or sometimes I'm like, oh no, I really didn't do it. You know, I really didn't do what I was supposed to do. And that's a way. Let's remember, don't let that your results be part of luck, you know, because luck is not repetitive. Become successful because success is repetitive. You know how to do it, and your agenda is what's going to tell you how you achieved whatever you're achieving, and then you can just repeat it over and over and over and over, and then I'll see you with all your super dreams, like everything fulfilled completely. Okay, so I hope this information can help you. I hope this is fine. And then, well, of course, thank you very much for the ones that connected from different parts of the world, of course, and have an amazing day. I'll see you here tomorrow. All right, thank you. Bye.